mega merger may be off the table, but UMW Oil and Gas is reportedly expecting to return to the black next year. In an interview with Bloomberg, company president Rev Asia said contracts are coming in with rig utilization climbing from 20% to 71% in the fourth quarter. This as oil firms operating in Southeast Asia resume spending on exploration and production. Confidence was buoyed after OPEC cut output targets and as crude oil prices stabilized. Rev Asia was quoted as saying that the company is currently bidding for 35 tenders totaling 3.4 billion ringgit. That's a big improvement over the 20 tenders at the same point last year. The company was going to buy Icon Offshore and Orkim. Instead, it's planning to raise 1.8 billion ringgit to repay bank borrowings and boost working capital. TNB has completed its acquisition of a 50% interest in one of UK's biggest portfolios of operating solar power assets. These assets have a combined net installed capacity of 365 megawatts. The purchase was made through Vortex Solar UK, which is an indirect wholly owned subsidiary of a TNB JV. TNB holds a 50% stake in Vortex, while Luxembourg's Beaufort Investments hold the remaining half. The power giant says the deal, with an enterprise value of £470 million, achieves a key objective of its 5-year international expansion plan, that is to acquire up to 250 megawatt capacity of renewable energy projects by 2020. TNB funded the acquisition with the proceeds of a $750 million sukuk issued by the company in October 2016. RAM Ratings views Media Prima's move to fully acquire Rev Asia Holdings as a positive effort to diversify its income stream. However, given the steady decline in earnings from the group's traditional media platform in the past few years, RAM said this 105 million ringgit acquisition alone won't cut it. Head of Consumer and Industrial Ratings Kevin Lim said Media Prima has a cash pile of around 375 million ringgit against 300 million ringgit of debt as at end December last year. He added that while the group is not expected to stay in a net cash position, its balance sheet is expected to remain very conservative with a net gearing ratio of about 0.02 times. The proposed acquisition was announced on Monday. It will allow Media Prima to capitalize on Rev Asia's strength and expand its digital reach to become the largest Malaysia digital platform in terms of number of unique visitors. Opposition lawmaker Tony Phua is calling on the Finance Ministry to explain why taxpayers' money was used to refund a 741 million ringgit deposit to IWH CREC. As you know, the JV was going to buy a 60% equity stake in Bandar Malaysia, but the deal collapsed last week. Yet it was the MOF and not 1MDB that had to pay up, even though 1MDB was the recipient of the money. But according to Phua, that's not even the most important question. He notes that 1MDB transferred the ownership of TRX City, which in turn owns Bandar Malaysia, to MOF on March 31st. This was barely 5 weeks before the shock termination was announced. Phua said the timing of the exercise is suspect and asked if it was a premeditated exercise designed to enable the ministry to bail out 1MDB with taxpayers' funds. MDEC has signed a 3-way MOU with China's Hangzhou municipal government and Alibaba to facilitate global trade among SMEs. This would be conducted via the Electronic World Trade Platform. The MOU seeks to build the infrastructure for seamless cross-border e-commerce trade between Malaysia and China. The parties will collaborate to create linkages between the China Cross-Border E-commerce Comprehensive Pilot Zone and Malaysia's Digital Free Trade Zone. Back in March, the zone was established by Alibaba and MDEC as pilot implementation towards building an e-road for global trade.